I saw something very interesting from Denmark this week, something that's rarely done here, certainly not for public use. In Denmark, they record the national origin of criminal convictions, which in their country produces a pattern like this. Red is for people from countries in the Middle East and North Africa, Muslim ones, and the top rate of violent offenders. These are rates, remember, and these are not absolute numbers of offenders. And from the top, you will find it's people from Kuwait, Tunisia, Lebanon, Somalia, Jordan, a little bit further down, Morocco. They've got the highest rate of convictions for violent crime. And the rate of people born in Denmark, that's in black, 2/3 of the way down the list, right? Below the Danes are people mainly from other European countries, as well as China, India, and the most lawful of all, the Japanese. Joining me from London every Wednesday is Patrick Christie, star presenter at GB News. Patrick, great to see you. What I would find useful from that kind of list, if I were a politician or policeman, is that it raises important questions about systemic problems. Does this indicate, for instance, that people from certain parts of the world have trouble fitting in, cause a lot more crime than you think might be worth having them come in for? If so, I'd restrict immigration from them. Whereas people from other parts of the world, India, Japan, countries similar in culture to your own as well, in particular, it seems, let them come. But why aren't these truths, but maybe it's because of these truths, that is exactly why this kind of analysis is usually kept secret or not done at all.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to know this. We have a right to know this as citizens of any country, especially when it comes to asylum seekers, by the way, because we are paying for a lot of these people. We have a right to know it and have it as part of our debate. The stats that you just showed there showed that native Danes were 42nd on the list of nationalities of people in their own country committing violent crimes. Now, we've done some research here about the UK, and we found that the area with the highest proportion of asylum seekers is the northeast of England, 25.4 people per 10,000 head of population. Now, since 2014, rape and sexual assault has gone up 500%, stalking and harassment offences have gone up 6,000%, whilst offences like burglary and shoplifting have remained relatively stagnant. Now, it's important to say that there may well be no correlation here, but we are desperate to try to find out. And we submitted a Freedom of Information request. The Ministry of Justice have told us that they do hold that information, but it would cost too much for them to compile it and send it to us. So what we've decided to do is pay for it ourselves, and we will get it. And they might as well tell us, because we are going to keep asking. The British population, like any population, would have a right to know whether or not certain people coming to that country as part of the immigration and asylum debate are more likely to commit violent or sexual crimes. It's important.
Well, mate, we had problems here. Former ASIO boss was saying there's no link that he could see between asylum seekers and terrorism. And we actually had, and I listed them, several terrorism events, several involving people getting stabbed or shot dead, that did involve, indeed, asylum seekers that are illegal immigrants that had come, including illegal immigrants, maybe, that had come here. So, I mean, you've got to know these things to keep the public safe. Meanwhile, a lighter topic, or is it? I don't know. You tell me. You seem to be having a war, or Britons generally, on Easter. You've had already the Iceland stores change hot cross buns to hot tick buns to remove the Christian cross. And now Cadbury shops selling Easter eggs as gesture eggs instead. What's happening here?
Yeah, well, it's the latest in a long line of attacks on, I would argue, Christianity. Because we've got these gesture eggs. How they've landed on that name, by the way, I don't know. Like you said, we've got hot tick buns. It goes further than that. Instead of Christmas markets, we've got, you know, Winterval and winter festivals. Don't mention Christian holidays in case it offends other people. Meanwhile, though, we have excerpts from the Quran put on the departures board at one of our largest train stations during Ramadan. We have Ramadan lights everywhere. It does appear that the only religion that should not be named, like a kind of religious Voldemort, is Christianity. But it is remarkable, really, because I kind of give it about 2 years, Andrew, I think, before the Easter egg is renamed the Happy Ramadan, Pride Month, Black History Month, Disability Awareness Egg, just to tick all of those different boxes. They don't seem to have any issues, really, highlighting any of the other things in society. It is just the elements of Christianity. But people are starting to wake up to this now. People are starting to laugh at it. And I think mockery sometimes is the best antidote to this.